Hey, Amy Posner here, and I want to talk to you today about clients. How do you tell if somebody is a fit for you? I recently did a video on the 5 red flags to watch out for. This is like, things clients say on a discovery call that should be instant red flags for you. But this is a little bit different. This is the reverse of that. This is talking about, who do you want? If you're choosing, what type of copy do you want to write and what kinds of clients do you want to work with? Good clients, bad clients. What's a good client and a bad client is different for everyone. We all have different parameters and different requirements. I hesitate to call somebody bad just in general, but there's some people who you're just not going to work well with. And the more you know what's going to work for you, the more likely you are to get those kinds of projects. When you don't decide, all kinds of things come your way, and when you decide, things suddenly have a way of getting very streamlined. So the kinds of things to think about are, what type of copy do you love writing? Who do you love working with? And particularly in the people that you love working with, what defines them? And so what I mean by this is so what type of copy do you love to write? Do you love sales pages? Do you love writing emails, white papers, lead magnets, landing pages? Is there something you absolutely hate and don't like to write? Do you like to work on projects that have a lot of different elements, a lot of components to them? So think back, on the last, 6 to 12 months, what projects did you love? What projects really lit you up and why? Really identify what it was about the project, because there's a whole lot of intangibles that can go into a project working with someone. So what did you love? What worked about it? And really identify the things that work for you. And so this is the type of copy. And it's also the type of organization and the type of people that you're working with. For example, I really like to work with people who are marketing savvy, and I like to work with people who want to talk about strategy. I like people who show up and value copy. They know that copy drives their business. They respect copywriters. They respect copy. They like talking about ideas. I don't need everyone to talk about ideas, but that's the kind of person that I prefer. Really like someone with a sense of humor. And I like somebody with a big picture vision who's doing long-term marketing. One-off projects can be great and they can be really interesting. But for my money, I have found I really like working on serial projects, one project after another with the same client. I don't like to be on retainer at all. That's not a good fit for me. But I do like working with the same people over and over again, because what happens is I get to know the value props really well. I know what the marketing is before because I've written it. I know what's going on behind the scenes because we're testing it. It gives me much more to work with, and I enjoy it more. I'm also a firm believer that there are seasons in your business, right? There are years where making money is paramount. It's you've got a goal, you've got something that requires money to get done, and you want to make as much of it as you can. You have other years where you're looking to dial your business in a little more closely. You'd like to, have better clients, maybe have different projects. And so that's what you're focusing on making a pivot. And you know that during a season like that, you may not make your maximum money. You may still make a great living, but you may not make the most money, but you may be switching there so that you can make more money there eventually because it's a more lucrative niche. So, I want to throw out a couple of things that I think generally make for a good fit client, especially early in the game. People tend to work with a lot of clients who are one-offs, and they need a thing, but that's all they need. And a lot of times those clients don't really understand the value of copy or how copy can drive their business and drive their profits. What they know is they need a brochure or they need a website or they need a thing, but they don't really care that much about the thing. It just has to get done. Not a great client because they don't appreciate the value of copy. That's not to say that, some of those clients on your roster every now and again to, make some money, that's okay. But knowing that that's why you're working with that client and that you're very clear about what purpose they serve for you. Think about the type of industry you want to work in. What interests you? You're going to be spending time there. You're going to be researching. You're going to be learning. Where would you like to hang out? Or where do you have particular specialized knowledge, either because of a previous career or certain life experience? That can also be really relevant and very attractive to clients as well. And frankly, clients who buy copy on the regular and understand the value of copy tend to really value copywriters. And even people who use copywriters on the regular are always looking for, a fresh voice, a new idea. There's always, like I said at the beginning, there is lots of room. There is so much potential in this business, and there are so many clients and there are so many projects that I think you really can, be picky and be discerning and decide what suits you best. And that goes with, criteria on the type of people and the size companies that you want to work with, the type of company structure. And I'm not saying that, that by writing these things down and deciding what you want, you're going to get these things immediately. But I do have a very firm belief that it is sometimes, maybe always, I'm going to say sometimes, easier to get what you want than it is to know what you want. Very often in business, we're running so fast and we're doing what's right in front of us that we don't take that reflective time to think about what we really want. So I want to encourage you to do that. It doesn't take that long. I mean, if you give yourself a good hour in the silence and you sit down and think about, what you like to do and the types of projects and who you want to do it for, and then look at is that who you're attracting? And if it isn't, think about how can you do that? How can you switch yourself toward that group of clients? That's something that I help with in my coaching on demand. If you're not sure, or you think you'd like to bounce that off of me, I've got a really good insight into the niches that use a lot of copy, that pay well for copy, that understand copy, and that's a decision that I've helped a lot of people make. Sort of where they should plant themselves in the field. But regardless, please take the time to sit down and figure that out and be really deliberate about who you work with, the kinds of projects you work on, and that will affect the type of income that you make. Oddly enough, making those two decisions and pivoting in that direction will increase your income. Trust me, mark my words. Thanks for watching. If you want to get notified when these videos drop, click the bell and you will be notified. And if you have any questions or comments, put them below. I'll answer. Bye for now.